So welcome to my creative 80s makeup look. I'm just going to go through the steps of how I created this. I started with my base. I'm using the RCMA foundation in Gina Beige. I wanted it a little bit lighter than my skin just to help reduce a little bit of redness I've got going on. Don't forget the ears. You want to make sure they're the same colour as your face, especially doing a character makeup. You want to prime your lips as well. I'm using my lip balm. I make this myself. It's organic. There's no nasties in it. This flavour is vanilla cream. You can get that on my website. So to begin with the eyes, we're using a nice good size fluffy brush with a blender with a matte ochre colour. And I'm working this into the socket and deep in towards the bridge of my nose. I have quite small eyes but a large lid space, so I'm trying to even that out. Do the same to the other side. Make sure you just pat softly. We're just going to build it up into layers. Sometimes people go in a bit too strong with a dark colour at the start and struggle to blend it in and make it look a bit more seamless. Decided I want to highlight the bridge of my nose as well, so I've really brought that colour right in to the edges of my eyebrows and into the bridge of my nose. Now I'm working in with a deeper ochre colour, almost a tangerine sort of colour. Brushing up the eyebrows. 80s was all about big eyebrows, so I wanted to make them a bit spiky and a bit more full. I'm not used to having curly hair, as you can see. I'm just working a deeper, more pearlescent corally ochre into the outer socket, and I'm cutting across my eye and bringing it into the bridge of the eye. I'm sort of working in a crisscross across my lids. Just wanted to change up the shape a little bit and play around with tone and shape. Again, working that into the bridge of my nose near the eyebrows. It was a little bit of an 80s thing too, bringing the colour right up into the eyebrows, so sort of what I'm channeling. This is a little bit of a highlight shade I'm just working in. Make sure you do a bit underneath. It helps build the eye size and it sort of ties the whole look together. Now normally when I'm working in a hurry, I tend to do a little bit of a smudge underneath. I kind of liked that, so I went with it. This is, again, no rules, just having a bit of a play around to see what happens towards the end. Whatever you do though, do make sure you blend your edges just so it doesn't look like a complete mess. I'm adding a highlight shade. This is out of, again, it's a Morphe palette. It's a Jaclyn Hill palette. And that colour is in light. So I'm working that in as quite a prominent highlight in between the ochre coral. Needed a little black, so that's heading in the outer corners. I actually wanted this to be a bit rough, a tiny bit grungy, I suppose. Not 100% blended. Kind of wanted a bit more textural with the black. And again, I was sweeping that out, both upward and downward to give you almost a little bit more of a crisscross sort of point in the corner. So yeah, it's just like really a little bit rough and ragged. Now this is using the Fenty Pro Filter Primer. This stuff's amazing. And then while it's still wet, I'm pressing in a colour from my Huda Beauty palette. And that colour is, from the palette, called Trust Fund. So that's as close as I can match it to my jacket. It's like a beautiful coppery rose gold kind of look. And once you're pressing the eyeshadow into the damp primer, especially the Pro Filter, this stuff does not budge. I washed my face 4 times after this. It didn't come off. Everything else did. You will need some pretty heavy duty makeup remover to get it off. But that's a good thing. It's not going to go anywhere all day or night. Adding a little bit more deeper tone into my eyebrows. Same in the outer corner, a little bit more of the ochre colour, just to really highlight the points in the corners there, dragging that out either side and working it in underneath. Now, as I said earlier, 80s was all about big brows. I was not blessed with big eyebrows. I have 90s eyebrows, so I am faking it and drawing them on. Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills in colour taupe. As I'm working in sweeping up spiky motions, I wanted them to look a bit woolly, a bit rough and ragged again, I suppose. I think a lot of the eyebrows nowadays that we see, especially through Instagram, social media, are very perfected. I didn't want that. I wanted woolly brows for this one. I'm also adding in a eyebrow mascara in colour taupe, just to give my natural brows a little bit of help. They need all the help they can get, just to deepen it and sort of blend it all in a bit more. Keep spiking up, because the eyebrow mascara will also set your brows. Now I decided I wanted to extend on the sort of goldy, bronzy kind of vibe, and I'm using Cover FX and Custom Enhancement Drops. This colour is in rose gold. Now this stuff is beautiful, but it dries very fast, so you have to work quickly. Decided to go down my nose and chin. Why? Just looking at the whole look, felt like I needed something a little bit different. I guess it's a little bit based off all of the strobing kind of looks people are doing online nowadays. All the young girls are wearing, and sculpting this and highlighting that and getting rid of this and that and the other thing, and kind of wanted to do something a little bit opposite. So I'm just adding a bit of the Huda Beauty Trust Fund to my Cupid's bow, now to the end of my nose. And again, I was talking about the sculpting of the nose. I'm going to highlight that again with the Huda Beauty Trust Fund, just to really go a bit over the top. From this point, it started to feel more, I guess, clown makeup inspired. And I kind of decided to keep going in that direction from this point. Making sure that you're tying it all in underneath. I'm bringing this colour sort of fairly far down underneath my eyes. For a normal beauty makeup I wouldn't do this, but because it's creative makeup, there are not as many rules. You do whatever you want to do. More olive and light, just to really go over the top on my cheeks with a bit of highlight, and highlighting the Cupid's bow, which sort of mirrors up the nose shape as well. I'm using a deep purple lipstick. I'm only putting this on my bottom lip. I feel it needed a bit of colour contrast. I decided to use a bit of my black liner. This is an eyeliner. I didn't have a black lip liner. And I'm going to blend that in my lip brush. Just give it a bit more definition. The thing I was thinking about as I was doing these lips is how everybody is getting them plumped up to all sorts of proportions, and how we're just trying to hide all of our flaws. And in this instance I decided I don't have plumped lips, I'm in my 30s, I'm going to highlight the texture of them, because, it's real. I think it can be interesting. Just blending that out. A little bit of the black through the top, just blending that out with my lip brush. Curl your lashes. Mascara top and bottom. And I also put some black eyeliner on the inner rim. Cut some lashes. I went with some rather large lashes for this look. You can take a little bit of adjusting. I've seen a lot of people use tweezers for this. I'm not very good at that. I'm just using a brush or something. Decided I needed to deepen the black underneath. I had these little offcuts from a set of really big lashes from another makeup look I did a while ago. And I thought, let's put them in the middle. Why not? Adds to the sort of the clown look, I think. And looking at everything overall, I felt my brows needed to be darker to sort of match up with everything else. And this is just some black shadow buffing over the top, just softly, just to give it a little something. It's always good to step back, like a painting, step back, have a look at where you're at, what you can add, what you need to pull back. Lost the highlight on my lip. Those are some vintage buttons that I've had in a drawer in my hair, curious, for about 17 years. I bought them in the market. And the outfit, the jacket was one I found in an op shop, so it was the inspiration for the whole look. Yes, you can see the bobby pins. I was very tired doing this, so that's kind of where we ended up. So if you like it, subscribe, let me know what you think. Yeah, thanks for watching.